Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, what's up? If you're not new, still what's up? So in my last video, I was saying that we we're gonna do my lift kit in this video, and that's happening. But the first thing I said I wanted to do was get my tires mounted to my rims. That's not gonna happen. That's gonna happen in a few days, not now. So I'm just gonna start actually doing the lift kit. Once that's finished, then I can just go do the tires in. It's no big rush. All right, so I basically got my garage cleared. Haven't done much yet. I'm gonna sweep it out first, but I just pulled my 240 around the front. So I just drove my car around, came back in that door over there, and I see a big puddle of something. It's kind of red. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's gotta be my power steering, but there's a lot that's not red, and I don't know what it is. It's not like, it's kind of slippery. I'm thinking maybe coolant, so that's not good. That right there is the main thing I hate about working on old cars. Like, I haven't even drove the thing ever and haven't started in like a month. So I don't know why it's just dumping fluid all of a sudden, but that's annoying. So basically, I'm just gonna get this whole garage swept up so I can bring my Jeep in. All right, we got the Jeep in now. Nikolai's now here to help because he has a lifted Jeep. He's done all this stuff not too long ago. So he's gonna kind of walk me through. Like, I know basic automotive skills, but he's already lifted a Jeep. So this is gonna be a walk in the park with him. So we're gonna unbox just a few things. We're only gonna do this suspension. So I went with the Bilstein 5100s. Don't worry, it's not this colorway. You guys see that? Bilstein, probably says 5100 somewhere. How's the light? I feel like it's a little dark.
In the back, dude.
No, I mean it's a little bright. Just because these lights are just so bright. Anyways, yeah, so this is on the cheaper end of the spectrum. Because I just feel like I'm not gonna need the heavy duty high end shit when I'm not gonna be heavy duty high end off-roading. So, I'll just unbox one. Don't really need to do it all until it's time. Won't even need a knife. So yeah, this is the color. It's like a nice silver. Super simple. I think that thing has to stay on, so we'll keep that on. But yeah, so size comparison is quite big. Bigger than the 240s for sure. Should we do the small box? Let's do the small box. Trans-American Auto Parts. This box. That's, oh. These are not a nice color. Oh my gosh. What are these? These are my bump stops, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so 4 bump stops in there and instructions. I completely forgot. I never even told you what this is. Okay, so I already started unboxing, but this is the TerraFlex 3.5 ST lift kit. Without the Falcon shocks, those are the shocks that it recommends you come with. I got the price cut down by going with these. These were about 500 and something. Maybe I'm lying, I don't know. That's the lift kit that I got recommended to me. Nikolai has the Metal Cloak 3.5.
Yeah.
So the 3 brands that people recommend is TerraFlex, Metal Cloak, and which one?
Rock Crawler.
Rock Crawler. So yeah, like there is so many other brands. You can go Rough Country or Super Lift or Ready Lift or I don't know what, but those ones aren't as good as the main 3. This one is one of the cheaper of the high-end scale ones, if that makes sense. Nikolai just informed me that the way I said it, I'm making this lift seem bad. This is one of the highest quality lifts you can buy, one of the highest quality brands you can buy, and then I got one of the cheaper ones of that high quality brand.
Entry level.
An entry level, high quality company lift, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I did. So inside this box, what the hell's the point of that? As I'm unboxing everything, Nikolai's gonna have to tell me what the stuff is because I'm looking at this thing right now, not 100% sure where it goes. But I'll just put it behind the light. I'll deal with it later. Yeah, looking at this, the welds look really good. Couldn't tell you what this thing is. So, Nikolai, what is this guy?
It's for your control arms.
This is for my control arm relocation bracket. So it's gonna relocate my control arms. We got another control arm relocation bracket. Then we got the bolts for it. For our control arm relocation brackets. There's the springs.
Pink? Maybe these are. Hold on. No. They're not jewelry.
Oh, we got the big boys in the back. Okay, so I'm assuming that's another sway bar end link. Jeep JL 3.5 inch spring lift. Beautiful. Now that we got everything unboxed, we just did a quick run through of wherever the instructions went. Just kind of needed to see what our first couple steps are going to be. Obviously, we need to get it jacked up. And I actually had to go out and buy some new jack stands because the ones that I had, they weren't going to be big enough because I need to go to the frame rails of the Jeep, and that sits a lot higher than the 240. Never really had to jack Jeeps up before, a whole lot. I got these ones. Packs of 2 6-ton ones. The ones I use are 3 tons. Weight isn't really the issue, it's just the height. So, oh yeah, these will work.
Should have done this when you.
So this guy's the first one we gotta take off. We'll take off some of this jazz, something up there. Nice. Must have went off-roading and bent that one pretty good. God, these bolts come undone so nicely. Okay, we got that one breather off. Now our next thing is control arms. This guy, oh my god. Oh my god, he dropped it down the hole. Oh, he got it. We got these front ones loose. They took forever to do, but now we got the next step. Front shocks now. So I went ahead and sprayed some WD-40. We've got to take out that one bolt down there. Somehow we're gonna get the bolts up there. Finger tight yet? Oh yeah, it is. Beautiful. One is out. That is good to see. That is so good to see.
Slide it, line it up.
All right, now that we got this spring in, the next thing that we got to do is just do these little bump stops. So it just has a bolt that comes in from the bottom up with like a little nut and washer, but we got the springs seated. Once we get that, it's time to put the shock in. So the cool thing about this kit is that it comes with a track bar relocation. Looks like something like this, and this just does it so I don't need to get a new track bar. You get to keep the stock one. It just adjusts for the height. So it raises it a little bit, and then it says you don't need an alignment. Not too sure about that. I think we might have to figure that out when the whole car's back together. But I'm gonna get my friend to come over later to help me install the shocks because I really don't think that's gonna be a one-person job. Also, one thing I think I'm gonna start doing is just filming the one side because there's no point filming all 4 corners when I can just do the front and then the rear because the other side's the exact same. And it's just kind of a waste of time and it slows me down. And I don't really want to be doing this for 5 days. So if I can just do the one side, it's the exact same on the other. And if there's something different and I feel the need to film it, then I definitely will. Got this bolt in. This one was absolutely super easy. This side took so much longer. I don't know why. I think it was because I was offhand with it. I had to use my bad hand to hold the bolt in place. That's the excuse I'm gonna use. Now all we gotta do is the shocks, and then we gotta do the sway bar end links. But once we do that, then we're basically done the front. We gotta come back and then put on these big guys once the whole lift is done and everything's on the ground. Not sure why we do it like that, but actually no, we're not gonna do it like that. Once we get the shocks in, then we'll do it. So this is the one shock we need, the one that has the weird extendo side on the one side. just because up there, the gapping's really weird. So the weird extendo side goes pointing in that way, just to keep it off of the frame rail and lines up perfectly down at the bottom. Pump it a little bit. A little bit more. Keep going. Keep going. Alright, we're getting close. A little more. A little bit more. Right there. Stop. Also, we need to add this thing. This thing's called the brake line anchor kit. This bolts in right on the back side, and it holds the ABS line and the brake line. It's just a new one. Has a lot of wiggle, so when I'm turning and stuff, it's not getting hung up on anything. So I'll put that one right there. Now the next thing we're going to do is do the front sway bars. So that's how that one goes. Nice and tight. This thing's on there. That's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight. Spring seems to be in there, seems to be holding. The only one concern I'm having is I can get the one ABS line in, but this brake line, it has so many just weird metal brackets and I have no idea how to get them off, but then that should pop in. You just give it a few zip ties. Then this side is done. All right, today's the day that we're getting the tires mounted. All right, these are 35 by 12.5 inch tires. Those are 17 by 9 inch rims. These, I don't know the size of these, but I have 5 of each. 5, 10, 15. Basically, I gotta take my stock wheels to go get the tire pressure sensors out of them and then get them put into the big boys. So somehow we're gonna have to load up Emerson's truck with 15 tires. He thinks it's gonna fit. I really don't know about it, but somehow we're gonna have to do it because I need to get these wheels on. We're back in the garage. Got the wheels here. Not a whole lot of room with 5 of these big boys and then 5 of the little boys. Definitely try to make use of every single square inch that we have inside this garage. But now the only thing left is the lift. Nikolai's coming back over, so we're gonna dive right into this. The front's basically done. Just need to get the brake line put into like the little holder things. We are gonna do the drop mount brackets and the track bar brackets when the Jeep's on the ground. That's what they recommend, so that's what we're gonna do. And here he is. All right, so we got the brake lines in. Oh, right there. They're zip tied in there. Now, if there's any movement, that little bracket thing should wiggle. So I think that concludes the front. Is that everything? That should basically be everything, minus the brackets, but we're gonna do those later.
I think so, yeah.
So, now on to the rears. The rears should be a lot easier because there isn't all those control arms that we need to like do the brackets for, right?
Yeah.
So the rear is just gonna be springs and shocks.
Just want to see if it can fit in the garage.
Yeah, one thing I'm actually kind of worried about is fitting in the garage. Now, obviously the rafters are gonna be high enough, but that's not what I'm worried about. Really the garage door. Now the glass is open right here. The glass is, if I were to back up, that's gonna hit. But like, that's what I'm worried about. So Nikolai says he doesn't think I'm gonna get out. That bird is really just irritating. Yeah, so we're probably gonna have to put the stock wheels on, maybe even air them out, roll it out, jack it up, put the wheels on outside, which really sucks because if I ever want to work on this thing, it's just gonna make it a disaster pulling it back inside.